Big 12 Conference Media Days from Dallas, Texas is brought to you by United Bank. A familiar face to Mountaineer fans, Dave Wannstedt, joining us here at Big 12 Conference Media Days. Let's talk a little X's and O's. It's fun to watch the evolution of this game, and you've seen it from all ranges, from the days of power football when you were a player, and then we see the spread. Dave, where do you think this game is going now?
Well, obviously from a fan's perspective, they love to see points scored. They love to see a lot of action, and that's what the spread brings to the table. You're getting, number one, more production from a point standpoint, and you're getting more plays run. It used to be when I was back in the day, we'd run 70 plays on offense. Now they're running 90. So that's probably here to stay unless too many coaches start getting fired running the spread offense. You know what I mean? So I think that's here to stay. Defensively, there really hasn't been many changes.
Where do you think the happy medium is? Obviously, adjustments have been made defensively to stop the spread. You're putting smaller, quicker people out there. Now you're starting to see some teams starting to tuck it back in and starting to combine both. Do you think the medium is a team that can do both?
Yeah, I've always had the philosophy is you got to throw points to score enough. You got to throw the ball to score points. You got to run the ball to win games. And the teams that are the spread teams that can still successfully run the ball, whether it be the quarterback, running back combination, they're the teams that I think will stay alive. The guys that get offensive gurus that want to throw it every time, I don't think they'll survive because, number one, it doesn't help their defense. You talk about, teams, don't be fooled. Spread teams that are running the ball. Baylor's a great example. Let's use Baylor. Baylor runs the ball about 50% of the time. So they're a spread team, but they're running the football. And, I've had several conversations with Phil Bennett, their defensive coordinator. That gives their defense a chance to be rested. If you're one-dimensional, it puts too much pressure on your team.
Any reason to think within this Big 12 conference race that it won't be Baylor TCU at the end of it?
You know what, and I know we're talking West Virginia here, and I thought they did a great job last year. I love Trickett, the quarterback, and I thought Dana did a very good job last year. I'm a traditionalist. I have a tough time saying Big 12 conference without saying Texas and OU. I mean, now I'm going to pick TCU to win it because of quarterback play. But, wow, you got to believe that as far as going out and getting players, players win games. And Texas and Oklahoma got to be able to have players.
Last thought from you, backyard brawl. Want to see it played again?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that Pitt playing West Virginia, the backyard brawl, that's the only thing that bothers me a little bit about some of this conference stuff is that that's kind of the rivalries all over the country are kind of being put on the back burner because of trying to get enough wins for championship and everything involved in it. But I definitely think that game needs to be played.
Thanks so much for the time.
Sure, thank you.
With Dave Wannstedt here, Big 12 Conference Media Days. Big 12 Conference Media Days from Dallas, Texas has been brought to you by United Bank.